Now we're going to take a look at creating an adapter design pattern example, and we're going to start off with an ACE object that supports a getName and setName method. So you might have a person and you can use a getName and setName methods to set their name, and we're going to be interfacing that ACE object to an Acme object. This is an ACE object. The backend we're trying to interface to is an Acme object. We need an adapter because the Acme object uses set first name and set last name as opposed to just set name, and it says get first name and get last name as opposed to just get name. So you see we need an adapter object to interface between the ACE and the Acme objects. Okay, so let's first start off by creating the ACE object. And the ACE object is going to be based on the ACE interface. The ACE interface is going to have setName and getName methods. Then we're going to create the ACE class, implements the ACE interface method, implements the ACE interface, and we're going to let the person, the code, set and get the name, and store the internal name like this. And that is the ACE class. Now we're going to talk about the Acme interface. This needs the set first name, set last name, get first name, get last name methods. And we're going to now create the Acme class, which implements the ACE interface. And this supports these methods. Set first name, set last name, get first name, get last name. Stores those internally, the first name and the last name like this. Returns them as necessary. Return first name, return last name. Okay, now we're going to create an ACE to Acme adapter. And this is going to implement the Acme interface because it's going to connect to a Acme object. And we're going to start off by having an adapter constructor like this. And you're going to pass this constructor the ACE class object that you want to connect to the Acme class. So this is going to actually take as a constructor object, as a parameter to the constructor, the ACE class object you want to interface to the Acme class. It's going to store that object inside itself, inside a variable named ACE object. Now we've got to connect that to, or prepare to connect that to the Acme interface. To do that, you can strip out the first name and last name like this, AceObjects.getName, and then we're going to split off the first name and split off the last name as well. So now we have stored the ACE object, and we have recovered from that ACE object the first name and last name. And that's good because the Acme adapter, the ACE to Acme adapter, is going to need to support set first name, set last name, get first name, and get last name methods. Those are expected because that's what the Acme object is expecting. And in this case, the get first name method just returns the first name that you've been able to strip out of the ACE object. And the get last name method just returns the last name that you've been able to strip out of the ACE object as well. So now you see you're supporting get last name and first last name. And in addition, you can also set the first name and set the last name just by passing an argument to those methods and storing that argument internally in the first name and last name variables. Okay, so that is the adapter. That is the ACE to Acme adapter. And as you see, it works by, when you create it, you pass to the ACE to Acme adapter constructor an object of the ACE class you want to interface to the Acme class. It strips out the first and last name, stores the first and last name, and then lets you get the first name, get the last name using these methods, and set the first name and set the last name using those methods. So now you are supporting the methods that the Acme class is expecting to find. Next, we're going to actually put this into a test program and see whether or not we can connect an ACE and Acme object together using this adapter.